Yeah, I know I'm looking like a good Power Ranger. Know what I mean? But chill, bro. Know what I mean? Swag, man. It's my swag, man. Chill out, man. You heard? But yeah, man. Z-Man, Suicide Polo with the Ski Man, Comment Gang in the building, Slim Blunt Gang in the building. You heard? I need y'all to assemble on this, man. Know what I mean? I need about 400 comments on this in the first day. You feel me? So I need y'all to do what y'all do out here, man. You heard? And if you need promo, holla at me. I'll put your promo on the next episode I'm uploading. You heard? Another classic jail picture. Happy Hudson. You heard my bro Wop. 354 D block in the background. My bro Clint with the Timbs on Flatbush. Chuck Burns in the back with the red on. Brownsville houses. My bro Suge with the chain. We doing dramatic jail picture stuff. You heard? My bro Suge from the Star in the Ville and Flatbush. My bro Mike East from Harlem. Thinking he brolic with that tank top. Rest in peace, my bro. I love you. Now, do you see the kid? Do you see that burgundy BVD that I got on? I got on the burgundy nylon, man. You heard? I'm acting like I'm in Brooklyn House in '87, man. That's how old school I be on it, man. Burgundy BVD, man. Nylon joint, man. You heard? Get at me.
So my man says to N.O.R.E, hey, my man, where Nas at? Right? So you know the New York, the answer to the aggression from New Yorkers. So N.O.R.E said, what? Right? So my man, you know what, out of town, that's beef. Like when you say it like that. So N.O.R.E said, what? And my man was like, what the fuck? Like I said, where Nas at? But today, everybody understand, okay, that artist could be a street nigga. That artist could be the nigga around the corner. Before, it was the corny entertainer running his mouth about our hood. You see what I'm saying? So that's, and I come from up top, so I saw the transition from up north. I used to sell mixtapes in B-More 7-8 months before the shit even got there. Before all of the mixtapes, I was the nigga in the clubs and the shows and the parties with the radio. Recording. You know what I'm saying? Recording my tape, stop, flip that shit right over. I ain't even watched the show. I was the little nigga sitting next to the speakers. You see what I'm saying? So I am hip hop, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I rolled past the day before you did that interview with Steele. What was it? What's the name? The Brooklyn shit. Brooklyn TV or Brooklyn. Yeah. You did an interview a long time ago in front of the projects, the Pottersfield joint.
Yeah, facts.
All right, I had just rolled past those projects the day before that interview. Now I don't know nobody over there. I was just grazing through New York or whatever. But for you to pop on there, it made me cling to you. I always take shit spiritually. I don't look at it as I ain't even hear your rap. I just saw you and said, yo, we just came from over there. And it just stuck right there. It was like, all right, now I'm going to listen to my man because he's from where we just rolled past.
Yeah, shout out to Steele. Shout out to Steele. He had that Bucktown TV USA. Was that fire?
That's it, yeah. It was Sen, and there was a bunch of people. Yeah, that was my shit. I was living in Flatbush when that came out.
I was dumb skinny. I was dumb skinny in that interview.
Yeah, tall as hell.
Crazy skinny.
Yeah, you was my man with the brown skin dude with the round face.
Yeah, and it's crazy because in that interview I told a story on how I met my man that was with me, and we met on some beef shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like we had beef with each other, and then we ended up becoming rap partners. You feel what I'm saying? So that story was crazy.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell that story again on the channel eventually.
But, I was wondering I was wondering which one he was in your stories. I was like, I know he gotta be saying one of these stories about my man.
Yeah, that was Opium. That was Opium. AKA,
Opium. There we go.
AKA Hangman. That was son. That was in the interview with me. It was me, him, and Steele and Dykeman.
Exactly. Yeah, I was living in Flatbush at the time too. Word. Yeah, Castle was on my block. I was on 21st. That's why when all your mans and them be saying they was in Flatbush and all that, that's me commenting. That's always me saying, yeah, I used to be over here, that Midwood, all that shit. You Yeah, that shit is crazy. But yeah, we're gonna get like it was a misunderstanding with N.O.R.E too. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, and be
And
more?
that could, yeah, at the show, that could have got it was the Bad Boy show. It was, on that tour. I still got the ticket stub for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I still got it. That's 98. I know it's 98 because I got that shit right here.
You gotta send me a picture
You
of
know
that
what I'm
shit
saying?
for the story.
You already. But it's a crew down here called Murphy Homes. It's a project, right?
Mm-hmm.
They call it Murder Homes, right? That's the nickname. Now, N.O.R.E was running with Murder Unit. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I didn't know it was Murder Unit in the Bronx. I thought it was just N.O.R.E.'s clique. You know what I'm saying? His name, his clique.
Mm.
So check, look, I'm gonna run this down real quick. It's about 5-10 minutes. Watch this. All right, we all in the house, smoked out, me and the gang, and we watching the videos. The videos used to come on 24/7, so we just used to leave the TV on and watch all the videos. So Nas video came on, and N.O.R.E and them was in it in the background. My man is like a Nas fanatic. The most gangster killer you ever know is a Nas fanatic. Like, he don't want to hear nobody else. He'll battle you with Nas tapes. You say anybody the best? No, they not. He that nigga. So now we go to the show. I got 10 niggas with me, and each one of them probably brought 5, 6 with them. So we got like 30, and I probably only know 10. All right, we go to the Bad Boy show at the arena, Baltimore Arena. All right, everything popping, boom. We go, after the show, we go to the hotel where everybody at. So now we on the floor handing out shirts. We had clothing lines and all that back then. So we handing out clothes and shirts and hats. And I remember Clark Kent came up to me and asked me, did I have any more shirts? And I was like, nah. And my man had some shirts in his back pocket, but he was trying to steal them. And I'm like, bro, I could give you shirts at home, but that's Clark Kent. Give him the shirts. You know what I'm saying? So me and him arguing. N.O.R.E's coming down the hallway from the hotel room. Craig Mack, all of them running back and forth. It's like everybody. So N.O.R.E's coming down the hall. And my man was like, I said, yo, you remember him? He said, nah, who that? I said, that's the dude you just saw in the video before we got it. He was like, what? That ain't Nas. I said, nah. That's the dude who was in the background with Nas. So my man says to N.O.R.E, hey, my man, where Nas at? Right? So the New York, the answer to the aggression from New Yorkers. So N.O.R.E said, what? Right? So my man, what out of town, that's beef. Like when you say it like that. So N.O.R.E said, what? And my man was like, what the fuck? Like I said, where Nas at? Like, you ain't got to get that damn smart. It ain't that deep. It was like that. So N.O.R.E said, I don't know. Like, he barely even know the nigga. So my man was thinking he trying to be, better, over us, better than us, celebrity shit and all that bullshit. So he was like, man, fuck you and Nas, nigga. Fuck that. So then N.O.R.E ain't say nothing. N.O.R.E hit the elevator button. But, he ain't punked down or nothing. He just hit the button. And which he should have did because there was too many niggas in there. So the elevator seemed like it took forever. So now niggas gathering up trying to see what's happening. N.O.R.E at the elevator. And I'm still in between, once again, hip hop shit. I'm making sure they don't get to N.O.R.E before that elevator opens. N.O.R.E probably don't have no clue these niggas is trying to line them up. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that what? Just because of the way he said that. So the elevator opens, N.O.R.E get in. Now it's taking forever to close. And N.O.R.E looking at us. But, he's still good. He punked down or nothing. He still held his own. So N.O.R.E pointed upstairs. And he was like kind of signaling us, like, we could come upstairs and party. Like, they wilding out on their floor, too. And my man and them, they forgot that fast. They was going to jump in that elevator. And I put my elbow in front of his chest. I was like, nah, we good, bro. So he was like, you sure? And I was like, yeah, we good. So when the elevator closed, they was like, oh, why we can't go? Let's go upstairs. I was like, yo, that nigga's a shooter. I said, you got to do your history, my nigga. I said, that nigga didn't say nothing the whole time you was running your fucking mouth. And then he gonna invite you upstairs? I said, nah. I said, he's a shooter. He ain't no entertainer, nigga. He just came home. Like, these ain't... I said, nah, we're not doing that. So I didn't know if N.O.R.E was, like, showing love, you know what I'm saying, or setting, like, getting his niggas together. So that incident like I said, if I wasn't there and if I wasn't hip hop, that would have went a certain way. So I want the people in the world to know the fans is a part of that shit. You see what I'm saying? Stop disrespecting them fans because we was the ones in those crowds holding shit down when niggas was gonna get at niggas. You know what I'm saying? And we still here, and that's why we so frustrated with this new shit. Like I said, we was there. It's a million of those stories that I got. Busta Rhymes getting ready to fight my homeboy for saying "yeah, boy" too many times. You know what I'm saying? Like little shit, Flavor Flav shit was popping at the time. So look, I'm talking to Yo-Yo, the rapper, the female. We snuck backstage, and we wasn't in the dressing room, but we was behind the stage. So I was like, the DJ was in front of us. So I'm looking into the crowd from backstage, and two females come out. Long story short, the brown skin one was Yo-Yo, and it was a light skin one that I ended up seeing on an episode of Martin show one time. But I think she was a dancer for Yo-Yo at the time. So Yo-Yo was down to earth. We talking like we building. She talking about the West Coast. It wasn't no lovey-dovey shit. It was all strictly down to earth shit. So my man and them went in the crowd and took like 2 or 3 chairs and brought them backstage. They was them little school chairs, them short ass chairs. And all my men was like 5, 8 and under at the time. All of those niggas was with me. So they, you know, like I told you, they not hip hop. They just yelling out shit that they, you know what I'm saying? So Busta comes out. So everybody like in the little circle making jokes. You know how they do the rah-rah shit and all that, yelling. So they doing that. So as Busta walking away, my man is standing like half my size. So my man is like, yeah, boy. He doing that, right? So anybody pay him no mind, but he was like, hey, Busta, yeah, boy. He did that like 1,000 times, my nigga. Like, he got on all our nerves. So I'm like, yo, that's not him.
What you mean?
Like, that's not him.
He was thinking he was playing.
He trying to do the yeah, boy, to get his attention. So Busta turns around and he's looking around at who the fuck trying to be funny. And my man stands up on a chair, right? Now he on the chair already, my bad. He's low, so he's about my height. But when Busta walk over, it's like some movie shit. Busta walks over and he's looking at like my crowd. Like, who the fuck said that? Like, who the fuck playing? Who got this, that? A man stands up in the chair, right? And it's a crowd of people, so you don't see the chair. Busta looked at this nigga like, oh, shit. He thought my man was like 7 foot. You see what I'm saying? Because he stood up, and we was all around the chair, so Busta didn't see no chair. He just saw a nigga stand up. And he was looking like, damn. So I walked right to him. I said, Bust, he ain't talking to you. It ain't this, that, and the third. So Busta clapped my hand all strong and shit. Yeah, because, I told him, no, he's just doing the Flavor Flav shit. He wasn't talking to you. So I squashed that real quick. And I was like, I said, hey, Bust, let me ask you a question. I said, how can I get some beats? Now, mind you, I had my own equipment, everything. I just used to ask niggas there just to have something to say. So he was like, hit my man Duquan. He gave me this dude named Duquan's number. I still might have Duquan's number on that piece of paper that I wrote it on. You'll see the oil in that shit and everything from how old it is. And he gave me Chung King Studios number. And I went in there. I used to get sessions in Chung King and not even go in there. I just used to sit in there and watch the entertainers come.
Yeah, I filmed a video in Chung King before, back in the days, way back in the days.
Yeah. So that probably was him saying that era. You know what I mean? So like I said, it was always some kind of shit that could have popped. You know what I'm saying? It could have popped a different way. And like I told you, when we sit down for a minute, I got some things I want you to help me with. You know what I'm saying? Because that crack thing, that's a myth. You see what I'm saying? All these niggas in jail for crack, they in jail for no reason. And nobody now saying it. You see what I'm saying? Crack was only out for 3 years, my nigga. 3 years. So when somebody say they selling crack now, he's a liar. And if he sold crack before a certain year, he's a liar.
What you mean it was only out for 3 years?
All right, now, like, I'm going to break it down in regular terms. Like, all right, if, let's say you make a bowl of cereal and you got milk in it. All right, cool. That's the normal. That's what we all look at. Now, if you make a bowl of cereal and put soda in it, it's still the bowl of cereal, but You know what I'm saying? It's just you put something else in it. So with that, with the coke era, if they didn't call it crack, you would have to lock people up for baking soda and water. You see what I'm saying? You can't lock nobody up for making something with something that you sell. Did baking soda and water come off the shelf? That shit's still here. And so is the drug. Now let me break down what crack is. Crack is bleach, ammonia, all kinds of shit that niggas was trying to make their shit fire. It was mixed. It's not just water and baking soda. That's base. And I'm gonna tell you what movie fucked everybody's brain up. If you go back to New Jack City and look when they're in the Jeep and G Money explaining about the bitches and all that. Alright. When he first got in the truck, Nino said, base, so what? Like, what the fuck, what is that? So what? Right at the end of that scene, he said, wow, crack. Base and crack ain't the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So that was the mentality. He held up the bottle and he said crack. And everybody in the hood that had that bottle with that shit in it thought they had crack. So all these niggas doing 50 years, 40 years, that's a myth. My man got caught with 9 joints of powder and he got work release. You get me? Whereas though another dude got caught with that little thing, but they call it crack. It's not crack, it's base. Now, you know time don't lie. I know you heard the story about Richard Pryor, right? When he was smoking it and burned himself up or whatever happened.
Yeah.
Alright, that's before the Supreme Team. You see what I'm saying? That cop shooting. That's before that.
Yeah, I remember when free base was a thing. You feel what I'm saying? I remember.
You see what I'm saying? Right.
I had family members that was free basing before crack hit.
Exactly.
And
so
they
you
was
see it's a
smoking in a
difference.
pipe and all of that. They wasn't using no stem and shit like that, but they was throwing that in glass pipes.
Yeah, cans. They used to put holes in the can and put ashes on top of the can and put the shit on top of the goddamn can and smoke through the hole of the soda can. Like all that shit. You get me? And I was one of the first people out of state. I'm talking about my age bracket to start with the cooking. That's how I know when it transformed. Niggas used to pay me not to fuck with other niggas, not to cook other niggas shit. That's how early I was. Niggas didn't even know what it was. I was the only one who knew how to do it. So the big dogs used to tell me, look, I'm gonna give you 10 G's not to do his shit. Let me finish my shit first. And then niggas start saying, yo, let me come in and see you do it. Then you start seeing niggas start learning it. And then it came into play. But like I said, I was in New Jersey one time. I had work on me one time. And my cousin had work. He had crack. I had base. A lady walked past and she said, you know, I ain't gonna say his name, but she said, you got something? And he was like, I got 1 crack left. She said, no, I don't want that shit. And then he said to me, yo, you good? I said, yeah, I got something. He said, oh, hey, you got something. You see what I'm saying? So it was 2 different things. She wanted what I had. She wanted the other thing. So in my mind, I was saying to myself, wait a minute, why the fuck niggas still saying they selling crack? Well, you locked up for crack. You ain't, if you ain't from, I would say what, 90, like, what was that crazy era? Like the City Under Siege era, like those 90 years, niggas ain't, that shit is a myth.
So you saying the real crack, that shit got different shit in it besides baking soda and water?
Exactly.
But
it's
like,
just like a nigga trying to hype up his shit now with the trees and all this extra shit. That's what they was doing back then. Like the Jamaicans had that 100 proof rum in their shit. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody tried to put something in it that was gonna boost it.
Yeah, niggas, I done heard it all, man. Niggas used to piss in that shit, put butter in the shit,
see what I'm saying?
all type of crazy shit. But was
anything but water? Yeah, you're right. And like I said, the time don't lie because the crack era kicked off when that Supreme Team thing happened with the cop. You see what I'm saying? Like that sparked it off when the president used it for his campaign. So it hit all the cities as crack spots. Niggas out of town didn't even know what crack was. That was an up north thing. You get me? Niggas was selling bass. And Baltimore was called Ready. I was there when that word kicked off. You know what I'm saying? That's how early I was doing it because, like I said, I saw when it was nothing. It was the powder. And then I saw when it transformed. From the door, from the beginning, I saw when the big dogs didn't know what the fuck that was. They couldn't even sell their shit because another nigga had that. And this lady walked past me one time, like I said, she was trying to get the powder side. And she said, she got one from my man. And she was like, you ain't got nothing that's already ready yet? And he said, my man do. He know how to do it. So when he starts seeing everybody coming to me, he told me, yo, can you do mine? That's how it spread in the hoods. You wasn't making no fucking money if you didn't know how to cook. Straight up. You see what I'm saying? So all these dudes talking all this rich. I ran this, I ran that. Them niggas ain't right shit. Them niggas ran through money. You get me? Because like I said, it's a lot of hustlers from Brooklyn that came down. A lot of them. And once they learned that hustle out of town, they used that New York shit. And then it all started. You know, it was beautiful in the beginning. It was always beautiful. But then, like I said, I was telling some dude in your comments, New York niggas and B-more niggas ain't always good. And he was, he going back and forth with me. I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm talking about my era. Because we welcomed all New York niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? All New York niggas was down here. But then the flunkies started getting rich. The New York flunkies, the niggas they was sending down here as the crash test dummies. Them niggas started getting rich. You know what I'm saying? Then the war went on. You know what I mean? I used to walk to the fucking, what's the gas station with Capadonna. We used to get blunts together. He was in B-more. You know what I'm saying? So like, when these niggas talk that shit, like Capadonna, I can tell you what he had on. He had on like all red, he's like 6'5", the nigga was tall as hell. And he was like rapping. He was just walking down the street rapping, like he was trying to memorize some shit. And I popped out, I'm going to get blunts, and I see a nigga, and I'm like, this nigga tall as hell with all red on. Like, you rarely see a nigga 6'5", 6'6", shining. You know what I'm saying? He was out there shining. He looked different. He was different. And I just walked up on him, and he was like, peace, peace. I was like, oh, shit, Cap. And we start walking and shit. Now this Capadonna walking in Baltimore. In the street, just early in the morning, ain't got nothing to do, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? So we walking up. Now, mind you, look, 2 weeks before that, we was at a Wu-Tang show, and the Wu-Tang manager, I think his name Alvin Tony, we used to go so deep to those shows, he started giving us tickets, like 40, 50 tickets. And he would say, anytime we're on the East Coast, I got you. So Cap was kind of leery of me, you know what I'm saying, just talking about hip-hop and shit. But when I said Alvin Tony, it clicked. It was like, oh shit, this nigga do know some shit. Like, so that's what made it comfortable. So when y'all hear Cap talk about B-more, he was there. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely there. You know what I'm saying? I definitely seen him there. I was at the Sean Price video. I know you fuck with Sean. Rest in peace, my G. What's the video? The Barbarian. What's the the beard joint. Oh, I can't think of it. Damn. And my people's in the video. The one who brought me up there, he in the video. But I got to meet Sean Price before he passed. That was another bucket list. Oh yeah, another one last. We did the Day in the Life of Sadat X too. So we was in Brooklyn with Sadat. We did his DVD, A Day in the Life of Sadat. We stayed up there with him for 3 days and just shot his whole 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Just everything he did, radio stations, everything. We just followed him the whole time. Studio, him and Elder Sensei from the Artifacts. Yeah, so we put that work in. I figured, gotta put it in some kind of way. So I put it in as a fan. That's all. Definitely put it in. I was gonna sign to Dougie Fresh, get Fresh Records or whatever, but his cousin, I ain't gonna say his name, but his cousin, me and him ended up talking about out of state work, and I ain't even think about no fucking record deal. You know what I'm saying? I took my cousin from Jersey over there. We met Dougie Fresh, had like a small meeting and shit, and he just said, just come with me. So now I'm all in Harlem with Dougie Fresh, feeling like fucking Hove. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, he's sitting there, he's like, yo, that's Dougie Fresh. I'm like, yeah. The whole time, Dougie, his peoples, me and him talking about getting money. And we end up exchanging numbers and shit. The rest is history. I ain't even think about no damn Get Fresh Records. I was like, yo, so it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit we definitely gonna build on. And this what I'm gonna do too, lads. I'm gonna go to the house where Tupac lived at in Baltimore, right? And I'm gonna try to get somebody to come out. If somebody still lived there, I don't know if it's closed down or what, but I'm gonna go over there and sit on the steps and shout you out. And then I'm gonna try to find somebody on the block that can give up history. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to hustle across the street from where he lived, but me and him only came across each other because we both was from up north. And like I said, out of state, they thought New Jersey and New York was the same thing for a minute. You know, so like if you came down and you had an accent, they would bring you to me and say, yo, he from where you from? Yo, I got the same, y'all talk the same. Like that's how they used to do it. So I had the black African medallion. Tupac had a medallion. So it kind of, you know, clicked in together. My homeboy's last name is Pratt. So I'm going to get with, well, I can't get with him here right now, but I wanted to ask him, is Geronimo Pratt his people? You see what I'm saying? Because he's directly across from where Tupac lived at.